In this live stream, we are going to be going over what the algorithm wants, how to trigger massive growth for your YouTube channel, even if you are a small creator. We're also going to be doing a live Q&A. You can ask questions about YouTube, about mobile creating, anything. It's a completely open Q&A, but I did want to start with a topic for this room. If you are rewatching this live stream, I will have all the questions and chapters to those in the description. So if you want to skip ahead and see what questions people ask and kind of take a look and get that answer, I'll have those links to the different parts of the video where all those questions take place. So we're going to jump into this, and I actually want to share something really cool. And it is a web page from YouTube. I'm actually going to share my screen right now and show you this. This is, if you just Google YouTube search and discovery Q&A page, this will come up. Discovery, frequently asked questions. And there's some seriously good knowledge coming directly from YouTube about what you need to do to get found. So that's what I want to take a look at right now, which is, how does YouTube choose what videos to promote? So this is what YouTube's saying. This isn't some guru. This isn't some random web page. This is directly from YouTube telling us how they promote videos, how videos get found. And this is what they say. They say, our recommendation system narrows down the best set of videos to offer your audience by paying attention to what they watch, what they don't watch, how much time they spend watching, likes and dislikes, not interested feedback, and satisfaction surveys. So this is how YouTube chooses which videos to promote. You'll notice nowhere on this list is SEO. Nowhere on this list is keywords. Nowhere on this list is special tags you put in your description that help you rank and you try to do cool things like that. No. They are looking at what people watch, what they don't watch, what do they spend time watching, what do they like and dislike. When you get those surveys, how people rate those surveys. That is how they're promoting your content. And here's YouTube's answer to how do I get my videos promoted to a bigger audience. And here's what they say. They say, you don't have to be an expert in algorithms or analytics to be successful on YouTube. Instead, focus on knowing your audience. Our recommendation system doesn't promote videos to your audience, but rather finds videos for your audience when they visit YouTube. Videos are ranked based on their performance and relevance to your audience. So right here, this is how your videos get ranked in YouTube system, by performance and relevance to your audience, not to robots, not to SEO. You don't have to be this crazy expert and know all these crazy keyword things and crazy analytics. All YouTube's after is your audience. That is your audience, which whoever they may be, they might be gamers, they might be people interested in finance and stocks, they might be people interested in cooking, but those people come to YouTube and YouTube finds videos for them. That is what YouTube's after, serving the audience that comes to YouTube. So YouTube, as people putting stuff in the search bar, they start watching content, things they click on the watch page. That's what YouTube's looking at here. They're watching that. And based on that, they will recommend your video to that audience. So where it starts for you, just to put this all together, to help you understand, is you need to start with knowing your audience. Who is your audience? And really getting down to the specifics of that. And I think that's something that held my channel back for a really long time, was not knowing who I was making content for. I was just kind of, throwing stuff up. Like I throw up tutorials, but then I'd also throw in like filmmaking content and like stuff on how to make short films. And it was just a really broad mix, because there's some people who want to learn YouTube and some people who want to learn how to make short films. And I wasn't getting specific on who my audience was. So the more you understand them, and what I would do is really take some time, like open up a Google Doc and write down who your audience is. What job do they work? why are they on YouTube? Are they on YouTube to be entertained? Are they trying to reach a certain goal? And if they are trying to reach a certain goal, what problems do they have that you could create videos to help them solve? You know, what are they trying to achieve? What do they say in Facebook groups? You know, really understanding the person who's coming to YouTube, because when you do that, you can craft videos that this audience is going to be interested in. The more you understand who they are and what problems they have is how you can better serve them. The way I like to look at it, and especially with my channel, is I am the bridge from my audience's problems to their goal. So a lot of people's goal on my who watch this channel, and maybe you can share what your goal is for, you know, subscribing or being on YouTube. A lot of people are trying to get to like 10,000 subscribers. A lot of people are trying to just make some money on YouTube, grow their channel, get views. You know, ultimately they're trying to grow their channel in one way or another. And a lot of times they're just starting with a phone. So I know that's my audience. And so when I understand that, I can better craft content for them. I realize my audience probably downloads video editing apps from their phone and doesn't know how to use them. So they go to YouTube to solve that problem. And I'm like, oh, new YouTubers who just have a phone have a problem of not knowing how to use editing apps. I will solve that problem for that person and be the bridge to help them reach their goal of growing on YouTube. So I create editing tutorials, and sometimes people search things more specific, like how to add music and how to do green screen effects and how to do advanced effects. And so I found all those problem points for my audience of people who use phones, and I was the bridge to their goal of being able to make their videos look good. I'm also their bridge to helping them grow their audience, which is why I'm sharing this stuff with you. So that is my call to you, is find out who your audience is. The more you know your audience, the more you can better craft content for them. You don't have to be an expert in algorithms and analytics and keywords and doing, you know, complex things. You know, understanding your audience and their problems and creating content around that, you're going to totally win. So I'm going to hop back here and into the live chat here. Let's just see who is all here. What is up, ZP Frosty? What is up, Mr. Nickname? Box the Gamer. Albert Plays. Nice to see you here. We have Miss Abby Retkowski in the building. What do you mean this all sounds familiar? But that is my call to you today, is learn who your audience is. And the more you know them, the more you are going to be able to grow your channel, and really write it out. Don't just have it in your head. But the floor is open to Q&A. If you do have a question, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on mobile content creation, you know, feel free to drop that down below in the comments. You know, I want to hear from you. I want to help you make better content. And I want to be that bridge to help you reach your goals. And in any way I can be of value and useful to you, I want to be that. So Preppy Mango, who's right now taking a break, says, how do you make thumbnails for your videos? Or just how to make thumbnails? Now, my recommendation, and not to self-promote, but there is a link down below in the description where I have 23 thumbnail backdrops that you can just use for free on me. They were designed in the Canva app, which is a super easy app. It's free to use, Canva. And if you download it, you can also get these 20 backgrounds and be able to use them however you want. But I think Canva's, you know, it's an app designed to be for graphic design. So it allows you to add text, add images. They've got a lot of cool like elements like arrows and stickers and different things like that. So there's a lot of free tools you can use within Canva. You can also get a paid subscription and get access to a lot more resources. But I've used the free version and have been able to design thumbnails. And actually a lot of those backdrops that you can get for free by going to my website, you can actually, you know, I use in my own videos. So they're good backdrops. But if you want to get those are on colinmichael.com. Canva is a great place to start. I actually use a paid app, Juxtaposer and Fonto. Juxtaposer allows you to remove the background from like a photo. So, if I took a picture right now, I could, open up Juxtaposer and it automatically just removes the background from the photo. I think it's like $4 on the App Store. Saves me a lot of time. There's other free versions of Juxtaposer or free versions where you can remove a background, but usually you're going with a little pen tool with your finger and, cutting out yourself, which, can be lengthy. So I don't mind paying some money to avoid that. And then Fonto allows you to add a lot of cool text effects. So what I'll do is I'll, remove the background of my photo of myself. I'll go into Fonto, add one of those background backdrops that I designed in Canva. Then I'll add me over the top, and then using Fonto to allow me to add text and stuff. If you actually search on YouTube, like Colin Michael thumbnails, my tutorial should pop up that'll walk you through all that. But I think Canva is also pretty easy to learn. So definitely go check out the Canva templates there. But yeah, your background is so cool. Thank you. I was trying something new today. Usually I just have my basic lights. But if you can see, there's this light here that's shooting red. This one's shooting blue, and then I have a light that I'll be doing a video review on next week right here. Really awesome light. Can't wait to tell you guys about it. And then I actually have something like this lighting up my face off to the side. But thank you. Glad it looks cool. How do people edit so well? Says Arnave, the gaming dude. What's up, the gaming dude? Nice Disney picture. I think it's Disney. I think being able to edit so well is getting experience editing. So the more you can practice editing and try new things, the more experience you're going to have. So something you could try is there's probably certain YouTubers you watch and they do different, editing effects, whether it's, having text pop up really quickly, one right after another. Maybe they're doing cool zoom ins or doing arrows, find some of those things that you think are cool and try to replicate them in your editor, whatever that might be. So doing things like that, you can learn how they made those effects and it gives you tools to use in the future. So, even if you go back like 2 or 3 years on this channel, my editing was horrible. I even look at, videos from a year ago, and I think the editing is horrible. So you're always improving, but the best way is to just start learning how to edit and trying different things. And you could do a review video and try to shoot B-roll and different things like that. You can, try and do a vlog style, and experiment. And the more you experiment and try things, the better you're going to get. So that's my recommendation. Just get in there and start doing stuff. Even if it's shorts, or TikToks, you're getting editing experience and putting stuff together. So absolutely. PixArt also can remove background, which I use. Yeah, see, there's PixArt that'll remove the background as well. So, even use that. I think that's a free app too. I think it has some paid features. But yeah, definitely, use what you can use to design those thumbnails. Not getting a lot of comments in. This is not a well-performing live stream. Probably because I did it so late. But hey, can't always have a super successful live stream. Yo, hello, bro. Why you watching me? I don't know why I'm watching you. Tell me something about SEO. I will tell you something about SEO. First, I gotta say hi to Mr. Adam and Geneva. Thanks for coming on. But here's something about SEO. Stop using it. Stop using it. That's my thought about SEO. I hate SEO. At least when it comes to YouTube. YouTube and SEO is the most useless thing. And I actually have the best image that I can show you about the stupidness of SEO. I'm going to show it in a future video too. But here's the thing. I was on YouTube, and this is like the greatest example of why SEO is completely useless. Let me see if I can find it here. I was searching for a topic on YouTube, and the recommendation system, oh my gosh, do I not have it? I don't think I have the image. Oh my gosh. So let me then at least explain it in talking format. Um, what exactly happened with it? Man, I really don't have it. I was like 100% sure I had the image here. Wow, I'm a failure. Anyway, I was searching for a topic, and I was searching up an ingredient because I saw a TikTok, and this is SEO related. I'm talking about search engine optimization. Um, I was searching up an ingredient that, according to TikTok, was toxic. So I wanted to find out more information because supposedly there is this toxic ingredient inside of like sodas and stuff. And so I wanted to learn more about it. So I searched up, it had some fancy name like for the ingredient name. And so I searched that on YouTube, and I'm scrolling through some of the videos, just trying to find, like a balanced opinion on, what is this ingredient? Is it actually going to like cause cancer in me? Like, what's going on here? So I searched that on YouTube, and you know what pops up like somewhere like 5 to 8 videos down as I'm searching for a very specific topic? It recommends an iCarly video. I've never watched iCarly. I've never seen the show. I've never watched clips of the show. Yet when I'm searching for information on a specific ingredient inside a soda, YouTube recommends iCarly to me. And it said underneath it, because viewers also watched this. I don't know which viewer was watching it, but that's what was popping up in the search engine. Why is iCarly popping up? It's not because YouTube thought there were keywords in iCarly related to a chemical in soda. Absolutely not. They were just recommending it because other viewers watched it. Because what YouTube does is they look at what similar audiences watched, and apparently some similar person who searched that topic was watching iCarly videos. Again, it all comes back to, let me go back here to this area here. Again, YouTube is looking at what people watch, what they don't watch. So apparently when people were searching for this soda chemical, it was some of them were watching iCarly. And so YouTube was like, oh, they must be similar audiences. So what YouTube's going to do is recommend iCarly to Colin, because that's what people similarly watched when they put in this search result. YouTube's looking at how the audience responds to that video versus what keywords are within that video. So, and that's good. And that's good news, because we don't want to be stuck competing with SEO experts and different things like that. If you want to do that, you can go to the blogging world. YouTube is looking at an audience and seeing what they click on and what they don't click on. And what we need to do is optimize our titles and our thumbnails and our descriptions for humans, because it's humans who are watching our videos. So our titles should have elements that are going to persuade our target audience to click. So for me and my tutorials, I usually like to put 2022 or 2021 updated tutorial. Those are different elements to persuade people to click on my video versus others, because I'm showing I have the most up-to-date content. Or I'll make my thumbnail look really, really nice compared to other thumbnails, so I look like I'm the professional source, and people are more likely to click on me over someone else. So key is optimize for humans. That's the most important part. That's my rant. Sorry. I hate SEO. I will rant all day on my hatred of SEO and the people who push it. But sorry, it's a passionate topic of mine, because I spent so much time messing around with stupid SEO instead of focusing on what could have grown my channel. It stopped me from growing. So that's why I'm angry about it. It hurts me. It hurt me. What is up, Bucks the Gamer? All right, we got some more people in here. Welcome to the stream. If you are just joining in, so glad to have you here. It's been slower, but I'm glad more people are joining. I'm so glad you like my hairstyle. I've been, putting gel in my hair. You could just say you like my beard or something. What is up, Soulfully Royal Nita? Nice to see you here. Mr. K, stop flirting with me. Let's see. Box the Gamer says, is PixArt good? I think it's good. I think a lot of people use it, actually. It's like, I think it's in the top 5 free apps. I thought about doing tutorial, like how to make thumbnails with PixArt, just because it was such a popular app. I don't personally use it. I've gotten used to a few certain apps, and I'm good with them. So again, it's that comes back to the Juxtaposer and Fonto are the 2 apps I use and I'm really used to, and can allow me to design good thumbnails. So I think ultimately just get good with whatever app you can, get experience with it. You'll know the ins and outs and how to use it. I think that's probably the more important part. Let's see. Adam says, thank you so much. Watching your videos has helped us grow our channel because we did not know how to edit. Awesome. Glad the tutorials have helped. Hope to do some more editing tutorials here coming up. Let's see here. All right, remember the vid editor question? Well, that comes with a watermark if you edit for free. Is there any watermark remover? By the way, it's Filmora. If I was to recommend removing a company's watermark, I'd probably get in trouble because they put the watermark there on purpose, and I don't think you're supposed to hide it. Just use an app that doesn't have a watermark. InShot technically has a watermark, but they let you remove it for free, I think, like once a day. So as long as you're not posting videos once a day, you can use InShot and constantly remove the watermark. CapCut, quote unquote, has a watermark at the end of their videos, but you can just delete it if you want to. It's optional on there. Or even iMovie doesn't have watermarks, but that'd be my option. Or VN. VN doesn't have a watermark or anything. It's completely free, no paid, upgrades or anything. I think those would be 3 awesome apps you could use without a watermark. But, I think I'd get in trouble if I told people to hide someone's watermark and taught that. I don't want companies coming after me. Let's see. And yes, you'll get honesty with me. It's absolutely. Sure, Andin. Shout out to Andin. Looks like he's a Minecraft creator. There's your shout out. See if you get a subscriber. Just so you know, shout outs from my experience, I've never gotten subscribers from. And when I've shouted out other people, I get other people to go subscribe to them. So not to take the wind away from being up on the screen, but that's been my experience. Let's see. Is Pixel Lab good? I don't think I've ever used Pixel Lab before, so I don't have any experience on it. Lemon brings up an important, cool point. By the way, you're close to 100K. I remember you with the VN tutorial at 15K. Yeah, we are like 6,000 subscribers away from 100,000, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Again, like it hasn't been that long ago when I only had 15,000 subscribers. Lemon remembers it. So thank you all for subscribing, and like get all your friends to subscribe to me. I want to hit 100K. I really want a play button, but I also know it's just a vanity metric. And that I shouldn't just be craving this metric because it's just going to fade away in like a week. But I am grateful for as many people that have subscribed, and it's just nuts. It's just nuts that I'm that close away, because I see other people, back in the day about to hit 100K subscribers. I'm like, man, they're, how would I ever get to that point? Like, maybe that'll be the peak of my career on YouTube. Like 4 or 5 years from now, I'll finally pass 100,000 subscribers. Like I didn't see it happening as soon as it did. So consistency, you guys can get there too, but hopefully we get there soon. I'm excited. Related to film editing, he was talking about PC. You could use DaVinci Resolve on a PC. I don't think that has a watermark, and it has a free editing option. Check out that. DaVinci Resolve might be a good option to edit in. Discover History says, why shorts videos watch time not counting in monetization tab? It could be, from what I've seen with my shorts, some of my shorts don't come up for monetization just because the only people watching them were on the shorts shelf, and the short shelf only gets paid out with that weird YouTube short creator fund. The only time you'd get paid on a short is if your audience that's subscribed to you is clicking on the video and watching it, because then an ad is playing before that video. That'd be my understanding. So that could be why you're not getting any monetization stuff related to that. Because you're not having people that are subscribed to your channel actually watching the video and getting an ad to play before your short. Good job, Box the Gamer. Help him out there. I have to go back to your CapCut videos to learn how to use it. Yeah, there's like a playlist of like something like 10 to 15 videos all talking about CapCut and different effects. I really do love CapCut, regardless of whether I am sponsored by them or not sponsored by them. I will still recommend CapCut because it literally is an awesome free editor. And I use it still, even though I'm kind of getting over into the Premiere Pro land because I have a MacBook. Whenever I'm editing on my phone, it's either CapCut or LumaFusion. And CapCut's usually pretty easy and quick to do stuff on. I love CapCut. Liquid says, I remember the CapCut video. I felt so bad because he deserved more subs, so I subbed. I appreciate that. And yeah, those videos were just the building blocks. And a lot of times solving people's problems got people to subscribe too, where they just couldn't figure out like how to add music. And so I showed them, they're like, oh my gosh, you solved my problem. Thank you. Subscribed. So I got a lot of subscribers just by doing stuff like that too, but I'm glad you subscribed. See, oh my gosh, you were at 10K when I started making vids. That's crazy. It's been a crazy journey. Absolutely crazy. And I don't think I've talked about this much on this channel, other than just like on my website or on, in Clubhouse. But like 2 years ago, like no joke, 2 years ago, I was living paycheck to paycheck, working a retail job. And I decided I wanted to start YouTube. I wanted to start growing a channel, and I wanted to make money from it. I was like, I at least want to make $500 from YouTube. If I could just make $500, that would supplement my income, an extra $500 a month that we can spend on groceries, that we can, just use towards a savings fund or car repairs, simple things like that. I didn't even have insurance at the time, because I couldn't afford insurance. So I was just like, went from that to a year later making like $2,000 to $4,000, a month from YouTube, and then it just keeps growing from there. So YouTube completely changed my life, and I want to help as many other people do the same. And whether that's just the building blocks of how to edit, I want to show you that to help you get you closer to there. So it's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm grateful. I'm so glad I get to just make videos and make money doing videos and get to hang out with you guys. So, thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. Lemon says, I tried DaVinci Resolve, although their user interface is like so hard to understand. Yes, it's probably up there with Premiere Pro, where it's very, there's a lot of tools and a lot of buttons you can click. But there's a lot of good tutorials on DaVinci Resolve. What I had to do, and this is what I'm doing right now with how I edit my videos, because I'm learning Premiere Pro, is I force myself to edit with it, and I can't post unless I edit the video in that editor. So I can't go, oh shoot, this is really hard, I'm just gonna send my video clips back to LumaFusion or CapCut and just finish editing my video there. I force myself to use Premiere Pro. I'm like, no matter what, I'm gonna have to solve whatever problem I can't fix while I'm editing this video, whether that's text effects or an arrow or a zoom in effect. I'm forcing myself to solve it within this editor. And so doing that, I have no choice and I have to solve those problems. And right now I'm getting pretty good with Premiere Pro, which is awesome. I think the last video was edited with Premiere Pro. The next one will be. So you kind of have to just throw yourself in there and force yourself to learn. And then if you get stuck, look up a YouTube video at whatever part you're stuck. Yeah. Awesome, soulfully. Let's see. Thank you for the shout out, ML Zilla. Appreciate it. So I'll give you a shout out link. Here you are. You're up on screen. Here's the thing though, and this kind of goes back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the stream. The goal that YouTube wants is to get is to get the audience that's coming to YouTube the right videos recommended. And if you have other people subscribe to your channel who are not your target audience, so let's say you get someone who subscribes who's interested in golf, and then someone who's interested in survival, and then you get someone who's interested in finance, and those are the people like clicking on your videos, and now they're ruining your click-through rate because they aren't really interested in your content, so they don't click on the videos, or maybe they do and they hop off right away because they're not the audience for that type of video. That can affect the performance of your content, because that's telling YouTube that these viewers who were subscribed to this channel didn't want to watch the content. So usually I would not recommend shoutouts and whatnot, because it's going to end up negatively affecting your channel more than boosting it. You got to trust YouTube. You got to have faith in YouTube that as long as you make a good topic, title, and thumbnail, and keep people watching till the end, that YouTube's going to do a good job in getting it to the right people. And they do get it to the right people. It's just, at least I know with my content, I'll post I'll design an awesome thumbnail and I'll make a really good hook in the beginning. I think it's an awesome video. And then my impressions are like 1%, 1.5 out of, and it'll be like, YouTube showed this to 10,000 people and 1% clicked on your video. And it's like, wow, my thumbnail must have really sucked, or my topic must have sucked, or my title. And YouTube, they're not going to sugarcoat it for you. So they're going to be like, yep, your video stunk. And that's what usually happens. So, but yes, I'll still shout you out though. Tell something about your family. They are human. Family's personal. No, I don't usually share too much. I mean, I have a baby girl. I can share that much, I guess. But I'm probably not supposed to get too specific with personal life. But yeah, we'll keep going. Let's see. Exactly. Doesn't talk about family for privacy. That's 100% true. Tell us something about how we can make animations on Android. What type of animations are you talking about? Are you talking about like stop motion animation? Like something like with Legos, or like actually like drawing out kind of animations? That's very specific, because technically, if you're editing a video and using keyframes, you can use keyframes and animate different objects in a video. Oh, you're talking humans. I mean, yeah, using keyframes is probably the easiest way to animate stuff. CapCut has access to keyframes. I'm trying to remember which video back a while ago I did. I think it was one with a gimbal that I did. I'll have to maybe if you go back through the videos and go to one of the gimbal ones, I do a little animation of like a cutout of me walking down the street. And I did it like with like a weird backdrop and everything. And I animated it using keyframes. So keyframes are, learn how to use those. I obviously have tutorials on keyframes, but it's a way to animate stickers or cutouts of yourself or different things like that, or clouds. That can, that's the way I animate stuff. How did you got so much editing tutorials? I don't know how to get all of this editing tricks. I don't know. For me, it was just learning the apps. First I started out just learning the basics. And then, I watch what other people do in different, more advanced stuff. Like before I started editing on mobile, I did edit in Premiere Pro originally and learned a lot of different tricks and effects there. I've also been interested in like film. So I learned a lot of film effects from different channels like Film Riot, where they show you like short film effects. And so with that knowledge, I kind of came to a mobile device and wanted just like a simple all-in-one platform where I could film on a phone, edit on a phone. And so I knew quite a few of the effects, and some things I just had to learn on the go, and just clicking onto different features and experimenting with them and finding like real world case scenarios where you would use those effects. But yeah, I got a lot of different tutorials on a lot of different apps. But yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of tricks you can do, and you can use a lot of these editing tricks to like make your videos more engaging, like adding text effects in the beginning, adding B-roll to your footage can help make it more engaging. Doing different zoom in effects, like I show all those different things because when you add those all together, it's going to help increase your audience retention. Like you'll notice with a lot of the beginnings of my videos, it's switching to something, text is popping up. There's cut in, zoom outs, different things like that, because it's all about, you don't want to have a stale video where you're just sitting there, because on YouTube, you literally have a whole list of videos. And remember, YouTube knows your audience and what they like to watch. And this entire bar on the side is all things your audience, the viewer wants to watch. So if you are not keeping them engaged at every second and keeping them watching, there's this whole list of different things they could click on if they get bored. So you have to have those zoom ins and zoom outs, those jump cuts, those text effects, those different things like that, because that's ultimately going to boost your audience retention, keep people hooked and engaged. And that's why I share a lot of them. Even like green screen effects. Like if you're just talking and then poof, you have a green screen backdrop, there's some backdrop behind you because you used the remove background tool in CapCut, like that can add to your video. So use all those features for sure. But yes, definitely use those. Apps you can use for animations. CapCut obviously has keyframes. I think VN also has keyframes, which would be a good editor to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, learn keyframes. And then what you could do, just to play around with it, you could just find a background on Google Images and then just search up PNGs of different characters. Okay, so search up a Batman PNG, and then maybe search up a Superman PNG, and you'll get these little cutouts. You just save the image. I usually use the Chrome web browser and allow me to save the image, and you'll tell it's a background remove because you'll see those little white and gray squares. But just take those images, put them in the VN, and mess around with keyframes. You can make them move across the screen. You can make them hop up and down with keyframes to make it look like they're walking. Experiment with that, because a big part of animating is using keyframes effectively. So that'll be a good step forward if you're trying to animate things, because if you do end up getting into drawing stuff and you have to use keyframes, you're like, oh, I already learned this messing around with PNG Batman. So yeah. And anyone else in the room, if you do want to drop a comment, see there's 14 people in here, feel free to do so. Anything YouTube related, mobile content creation related, feel free to drop your comments down below. Looks like Adam and Geneva are both watching, or maybe just Geneva. This is Geneva. Yes, I noticed that. You're so right about that. I think you're talking about the editing part with the cuts and different things like that. But yes, you gotta keep the viewer engaged. The first 30 seconds of a video is so important. First 5 seconds is so important. A lot of people click off that way. If you just go on your YouTube analytics, you'll see your audience retention, and a lot of times it goes, and then it just kind of goes flat at like 20 or 10%. So that opening part, you got to nail it. You got to get it right, for sure. Is CapCut a good video editing app? Absolutely. It is my top recommendation. If you're looking for a free editor to use, I would use CapCut. If I was stuck with no money and had to make videos on my phone, I would be using CapCut. Normally, sometimes I am using LumaFusion because I do have money now, and it's a $30 app, and it's like Premiere Pro, but on your phone. But if you're not at that, if you don't have $30 to drop on an app, definitely use CapCut. Very solid app. Tips for growth on TikTok. I've had some success on TikTok. I've messed around with it. So I've posted my own content, and I've also reposted content just to see if it would go viral. And from my understanding, probably the main keys is to, from what I've seen, is to create bucket content. So first you want to experiment, but those experiments should be possible series that you can follow. So maybe a series in my niche could be best apps for editing part 1. And I talk about an editing app. And if that really took off, and I see that responded really well, I could make a continuation of that series in a part 2, a part 3, a part 4. A popular series on TikTok that I've seen is Amazon Products You Should Buy, part 57. They're already on number 57. They're getting all these views on their TikTok because they made a series of videos. And then plus, let's say someone comes in on video number 7 on this whole playlist of content. So cool things you should buy on Amazon, or weird things you should buy on Amazon part 7. Now they know, oh my goodness, there are 7 other videos before this, and this video is great. So they go to your profile and they start watching some of the other content, which helps you on TikTok go even further because you're getting more views towards that content. So that's what my strategy would be, is try to find a way to make a series and experiment. Try a few, see if it takes off in TikTok's algorithm, if people respond to it. If not, try a new series and just go from there. And once something hits, when you find something that works, you run with it and you 10x on it. And you just keep on going with it because, that's what we see a lot of creators do on TikTok is they'll make a video and it just takes off. And then they post it 10 or 20 times, the exact same song. They're doing the exact same thing or the exact same dance. We could talk about Charlie and how she just did the exact same dance, 100 different videos, and it all got millions of views. She kept doing what was working. And it's the same with YouTube. Do what works. So that'd be my thought. Find what is working and experiment and try to make it a series of content, because you don't want just one video to take off and you can't replicate that success and continue that series on. So that'd be my thoughts. Hoping to post more on TikTok in the future, but as for now, it's just different experiments and stuff like that. But cool. All right. Well, we are 44 minutes in. There's only about 15 minutes left. I would be doing this live stream, so I think I'm gonna cut it short here. Thanks for everyone for joining who did. I plan on doing monthly live streams, so probably be same time, same place at the end of February, potentially. I might be vacationing then, but we'll see if I can get a live stream in. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week, and with the lighting tutorial. But yeah, thanks for everyone for joining, and I'll see you all later. Adios.